Hello and welcome back to No Bullshit. Today we're talking about another video game publisher becoming a big bully, and they're also strong-arming one of its own fans into silence. This of course is causing a lot of bad press for their new project too, even growing into a boycott of their new upcoming game. Not a good look. Borderlands 3 is the next big multiplayer video game release coming out this year, coming on September 13th, about a month from now. And while this is a highly anticipated sequel coming from a much beloved and critically acclaimed franchise, it's also coming to us with a few big controversies along the way. First, for those who don't know, Borderlands 3 is the fourth main entry in the Borderlands series, an action role-playing first-person shooter game that first came out in 2009. Borderlands is a loot-driven game as well, in which players can either go at it alone or join up in parties of up to 4 people. You start by making a character from one of 4 classes available, and then you take on various missions given out by non-playable characters, or NPCs, and you can also find missions at bounty boards to gain experience as well. This grants you in-game monetary rewards and reward items too, and players can also gain these items by defeating enemies throughout the game as well. Then as the player gains levels, they gain skill points to allocate across a skill tree. Borderlands has become pretty famous, specifically for its addictive gameplay combined with its unique cel-shaded art style and also a well thought out and comedy-filled, lore-rich backstory set in a post-apocalyptic future run by various mega corporations. Put all that together and you got one hell of a video game on your hands here. And that's why it sucks so bad to see this game's makers have such a shitty, bossy bully of a publisher who's ruining the game's goodwill with the fans day by day. That brings us to today's stories, a series of ongoing controversies as this game's release approaches. And there's one big one involving an innocent YouTuber getting harassed too, but first, let's catch up on all the other details that got us to this place by breezing through some of these latest Borderlands 3 blunders. First, there was a controversial announcement that Borderlands 3 would be a timed exclusive release for the Epic Games Store. This is a move a number of new games have been going with too. And as with most exclusivity deals, it never turns out well for the fans or consumers. In this case, Epic Games is trying to compete with Steam, the premier and dominant online gaming marketplace. Epic Games Marketplace is mostly just considered a Fortnite launcher since that was its main claim to fame for many years now. But in an effort to capitalize on that free-to-play game getting so popular, well, Epic is now paying other games to release exclusively on their Epic Games launcher. They're basically forcing consumers to come their way if they want to play these Epic exclusives, like the upcoming Borderlands 3. Epic's launcher is of course inferior though, and it lacks features and stability that Steam already has had for years. So many fans are going to be burned by this, but this is not the end of the world either. This is just a bad start. Next, there was a controversial sale on pre-orders of the Borderlands 3 game that got the fan base even more upset a few months ago. Borderlands 3 was originally part of the Epic Games Store's first big sale on its platform back in May, and with a $10 off discount that was even promoted by the Borderlands 3 staff, well, that got people interested, but unfortunately, that $10 off sale didn't last very long. Quickly after it was announced and released, the game was then swiftly pulled from the sale, and it was even taken off the Epic Games Store temporarily because the sale was too good or too early, or it became too popular and started losing money for the company. Regardless of the motives though, Epic no longer allowing deals on pre-sales for Borderlands 3, well, this was another punch in the gut for the devoted and determined Borderlands fanbase, who might not even be around or interested much more by the time this new game finally comes out after all this controversy. Finally, we get to the current drama involving a fellow YouTuber. After the heat had died down for a little bit after that failed sale, things started to ramp up again for Borderlands this past week, as new Borderlands 3 information was released online, including trailers and teases for the new game, being pushed out to build attention for its release. But apparently, Borderlands developer Take-Two, they didn't take too kindly to too much information coming out too soon, and they even made an idiotic move of attacking a longtime supporter and fan and YouTuber who makes videos about the series, who in my opinion is virtually promoting their products with their videos online. So without further ado, meet the YouTuber named SupMatto. He's a longtime Borderlands fan who has been making hundreds of videos about the game for years now. And as I said before, these kinds of channels and videos basically act as advertisements for the games too. People that are interested in the game click on the videos, and then when they like what they see, they go out and buy it as well. It's simple advertising logic really, which makes this current attack on this guy much more messed up and bad. Recently, SupMatto even came out with a video describing what the Borderlands publisher Take-Two had done to him. Let's go ahead and check out that video and take a look for ourselves.
On Thursday, July 25th, private investigators showed up up to my home, trespassed on my private property, and questioned me. I was very tense, as many of you could imagine, having two people in suits you don't know show up to your home. As lawyers, law enforcement, and family have said, I probably shouldn't have spoke to them, but I did because I don't feel I have anything to hide.
That's pretty scary, dude. Damn. Think about it. The company who makes the video game that this guy's videos are based on actually tracked him down and sent in their own hired goons to go and intimidate him. That's pretty insane. And it's also kind of creepy and inappropriate as well. And this is all over what? I guess Submato here was sharing some leaked information he found online about a video game? Seriously? It's not like the guy was even breaking any laws or anything. And what he was doing wouldn't even negatively impact the game or its release at all. In fact, I would argue that these leaks and the videos made about them actually drum up attention and positive discussion about the game, thus giving them a benefit in advertising actually. If people are this desperate for information about Borderlands, so desperate they're looking for leaks and watching videos about them, well, they're probably big fans of the series who want info and want to buy the game too when it comes out. That's why they're looking for it. So I really don't get the logic behind shutting down leakers or crying and complaining when these kinds of leaks happen. Regardless, Take-Two and Borderlands clearly care, and they're pissed so much that they're harassing YouTubers like Submato by sending over private investigators to try and intimidate him and get him shut down in the process. Next, Submato gets more into the specific leak and how people figured out and got information from it.
So let's start with the Twitch stream and how it was found. As I've said, it's not some crafty workaround. On April 29th, the official Borderlands YouTube channel posted the reveal of the Twitch extension leading into the gameplay reveal, which we were all stoked about. And the name of the testing accounts were exposed in that video, as we've now learned.
So basically, Borderlands themselves leaked the names of testing accounts during a Twitch live stream they were having to promote the game. This became public knowledge in the Borderlands communities online, so a number of people, including this YouTuber, they began to follow the testing accounts that were shown during that reveal. This might have been a mistake or an oversight on Take-Two's part, because apparently they got really mad information got leaked because of this. What happened next was, according to my understanding, well, those Borderlands 3 Twitch test accounts went live again over time. They had unannounced Twitch streams which appear to have leaked some of Borderlands 3's gameplay and story elements. This is the source of the controversy basically. Take-Two screwed up, leaking their own information, and then they spurged out and attacked people who reported on it, like this YouTuber Submato. And I wish I could say that's the end of things too, but next, Take-Two doubles down on all of this and goes full scorched earth on this situation. Following the live stream leaks on Twitch and Submato's videos on them, and the private investigators sent to his house because of it, well, then Take-Two decided to start copyright striking this guy's videos too, getting them taken down and even moving to possibly get this whole channel removed from YouTube in the process. What a goddamn joke. These gaming companies and their authoritarian, unfair, anti-consumer ways are really getting out of hand. Next, things get even weirder when the SJW-led gaming journalist community started to get involved. A group that was once supposed to represent the people and gaming consumers now defends the developers and publishers with sycophantic-like vigor. You'd think harassing YouTubers for posting leaks you yourself released on accident would be pretty indefensible, but leave it to the hack gaming journals to screw up that story too. First, we got a real gem of an article from IGN, who frames their story with a title that reads, Borderlands 3 Take-Two addresses investigation into streamer leaks. Check this one out. 2K alleged Submato's leaks into Borderlands 3 goes far beyond just the Twitch extension. Submato's YouTube channel has published videos dating back to 2018 with information on Borderlands 3, including accurate details on characters and mechanics months ahead of Borderlands 3's official reveal. There's also a question of where Submato got his leaks. If they were from third-party vendors or internal parties connected to Borderlands 3, then there's a matter of breached NDAs to consider. Uh-oh, that sounds way scarier than it is though. In our discussions with 2K, we've learned that Twitch streams Submato used as sources were set to private, not public, as Submato claims. We were told that it was an exploit in Twitch's security that allowed Submato's community to data mine their way into getting access to thumbnail previews on what were private test streams. This puts Submato's claims in his Borderlands 3 videos into question. The information he's sharing about the situation is incomplete and in some cases untrue. A 2K representative said in a statement to IGN, not only were were many of his actions illegal, but they were negatively impacting the experience of other content creators and our fans in anticipation for the game. Well, forgive me if I don't shed a tear for the poor gaming developers who have such hardcore fans that they're digging up information like this wherever they can. Wait, those gaming developers and publishers aren't poor at all. They're actually getting filthy stinking rich off of games like this. And they're also assholes for attacking smaller independent YouTubers who are just trying to get by and make videos about topics and games they love. So what if they found some information on private streams on Twitch? There, I said it. And I also don't think these kinds of leaks are going to make much of a difference for this game's release at all. If anything, it's going to create more hype and anticipation, which will eventually make Borderlands 3 sell even more copies. And let's be real here, guys. Take-Two is acting like they're developing secret government weapons or something. If Supmato was leaking government secrets and he was guilty of espionage, then maybe this kind of behavior and reaction to him would be appropriate. But really, he's just leaking details about a frickin' video game where you shoot aliens and blow up monsters. Time for a reality check here, people, for both the publisher Take-Two and for IGN, who appears to be doing their best to defend that publisher's shitty actions. And IGN wasn't the only online gaming news site to stand for Borderlands 3 this week either. The Verge seems to be jumping up to defend the billion-dollar gaming company as well. Their article is called 2K Games Defends Necessary Actions Against YouTuber Who Shared Borderlands 3 Leaks. Check this bullshit out. Take-Two and 2K take the security and confidentiality of trade secrets very seriously, a 2K representative told The Verge. The action we've taken is the result of a 10-month investigation and a history of this creator profiting from breaking our policies, leaking confidential information about our product, and infringing our copyrights. 2K is a subsidiary of Take-Two, and it handles publishing for Gearbox Software's Borderlands series. Although this is coming up now, the situation began in April, according to a detailed testimony of events from Supmato, who is not disclosing his real name. A trailer for a Twitch extension called Echo Cast that can be used in Borderlands 3 included information for a private Twitch account that was being used to test the feature. The exposed accounts weren't discovered by Supmato, he pointed out, but were posted to forum sites like Reddit. Although the channel's content wasn't viewable, thumbnails were. Supmato, who covers Borderlands quite a bit on his channel, used the thumbnails to make videos about Borderlands 3. Okay, well, first of all, if Supmato is even monetized on YouTube at all, he's not making much at his current level. No offense or shame in that, but I'm just pointing this out because this article makes it seem like he was getting rich off these leaks or some shit. Not even close. Next, when they describe how Mato got that information by looking at thumbnails from a Twitch account Borderlands themselves revealed on a live stream previously, well, that doesn't make it sound like he did anything wrong or bad at all. It's not like the guy broke into the Borderlands headquarters. He didn't hack their computers or steal or anything. And as we said earlier, it's not like this leaked information is government secrets about alien technology or some shit. It's just details about a video game, a pastime, a hobby. Everyone needs to relax here. Take-Two is really taking this whole investigation and harassment of Supmato thing way too far, in my opinion. In the end, I can completely understand why people want to boycott Borderlands 3 over these kinds of shenanigans. This is anti-consumer, anti-fan-based behavior that's become far too common with modern entertainment-producing companies. Much like the movies and TV shows we've covered before, who have turned to bashing their fans for criticizing them, so too are gaming companies becoming these anti-consumer, anti-fan assholes, and it really all needs to stop. What do you guys think? Did Borderlands 3 and Take-Two go too far when they sent investigators to a YouTuber's house? Are leaks really that bad anyway? Will these leaks even negatively impact this game's release? Or will it be these silly anti-fan actions taken by the publisher that really makes their sales suffer? Comment your thoughts on everything below, and thanks for watching No Bullshit. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, and we'll see y'all next time.